Hi everyone, I'm John Williams from Microsoft, and I'm joined today by Ankit Javeri from Huawei.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Absolutely.
I see you brought some new laptops with you
Some
again.
really exciting stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Well, before we dive into that, though,
Okay.
tell our viewers just a little bit about Huawei and
Sure.
how you got into the PC business.
So Huawei is one of the top 3 smartphone manufacturers in the world. We spend a lot of our money on R&D, and we believe in improving customer user experience. So what we did was, when we started designing the PC business, we brought in a lot of the technology from our smartphone side of the house to the PC side. What you'll see is some really unique features that we have brought in, but what you'll also see are some of the upgrades we've made from our Matebook X last year, which our consumers loved. We got some fantastic feedback from the market, and we also got some feedback on things that they want to see more of from not only our consumers but the retailers and our partners. And we've incorporated all of that into our new generation of PCs. This is the Matebook X Pro. It's our new 14-inch that's going to be in the market around mid-May of this year.
Excellent. Matebook X Pro. Well, I've got to say, you have packed a lot of improvements, and last year's device was pretty nice, like you said. So let's just dive into it and talk about the first thing I think that stands out to anyone that sees this device in person, which is the design, right?
Yeah, I love this. I love this computer. It's extremely thin. It's only 16.9 millimeters thick, which is very thin and light, right? It weighs a little under 3 pounds, so it's like 2.93 to be exact. Everything about this design is purposeful and intentional. We brought in 2 Type-C ports. One of them supports Thunderbolt 3.
Oh, nice.
So you could attach an external graphics card, an external monitor if you wanted.
Sure.
We have a headphone jack, and we brought back the USB-A 3.0.
Okay.
We think the consumers still need it, so we brought that back. We got that feedback loud and clear.
It's nice to not have to bring the dongle with you for everything.
It also has a sandblasted finishing, which means it's really easy to carry, doesn't slip, has anti-fingerprint coating. It also has the diamond bezels, the diamond edge bezels. And lastly, the most important thing about this ingredient here is it has aerospace grade aluminum alloy, which means it's not cheap alloy. It doesn't bend if you do the bend test. Extremely sturdy. So even though it looks delicate, it's extremely sturdy for use.
Okay. Well, it is definitely a beautiful design. And I think the other thing that stands out as soon as you look at it is that screen, right?
This is definitely one of the things I'm really proud of from our R&D team is we were able to squeeze in and give our consumers the best experience in terms of using the screen. It's very immersive. We've quite literally pushed the boundaries on the screen. Consumers today are used to what's called a full view on their smartphone. Bezel-less phones, more immersive.
Sure.
So we wanted to take a stab at defining what full view meant for the PC business. This right here is a 91% screen to body ratio, the highest in its class.
Wow.
The highest screen to body ratio in any size laptop that you see today on the market. As a 14-inch PC, it actually fits in a 13-inch chassis because of the narrow bezels. It also has a 3K display, 3000 by 2000, which is an upgrade from last year's 2K display. It's really bright colors, 100% RGB color gamut, and 1000:1 contrast ratio. It also, one of the biggest things that everybody asked for is touch. So we brought 10-point touch back to PCs.
Yeah, that's great. I think even in when it's not a 2-in-1 form factor, once you get used to just being able to use touch to scroll or things like that, it's just so intuitive. So it's great to have that built in.
We put in anti-fingerprint coating on that, so when you touch it, it's not going to show. It doesn't bother people. We also brought in the eye care mode from our phone side of the house, which means when you turn it on, it blocks off the blue light, and it reduces eye fatigue, especially if you're going to work on a PC all day.
Wow. Well, I mean, visually, Windows devices have been getting smaller bezels over time, but this is really pushing the boundaries. I mean, even at the bottom, there's really nothing. So
yeah, we got rid of the bottom lip, right? So when you think about this, there's no very narrow bezels on the right, left, and the top, and we got rid of the bottom lip. So what do you think we did with the camera?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, usually you'd have your webcam up there, right?
Based on our user research, we've seen that a majority of people who have cameras have privacy concerns, right? You'll see little Post-its and you'll see tapes put on to cover the cameras, right? I'm sure in any meeting you've seen a lot of computers with tapes on it.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
So what we did was we really wanted to focus on privacy, and we didn't want to deflect from the immersive experience that you see here. So we re-engineered the keyboard a little bit. Right between function key F6 and F7, we put in a pop-up camera right there.
That is very clever design.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that, it's as soon as you turn it off, it's a spring-loaded pop-up. As soon as you pop it back in, it's completely turned off. So remotely, nobody can hijack or peep into your camera. Very safe and very secure.
If you are of the more paranoid variety, then that's certainly a nice feature for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about some of the other specs.
Okay.
So, you mentioned Intel Core i5, i7.
Yeah, it's the full 8th gen Core i5, i7 U series processor. Comes with up to 16 gigs of RAM and 512 high-speed SSD.
Okay, excellent. And then one of the things I was really excited about, being a little bit of a casual gamer myself, is that you have discrete graphics now, which is really something in this size, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a big engineering feat. That's partnerships between our Huawei engineers and NVIDIA engineers. We were able to squeeze in the NVIDIA MX150 graphics card, which is designed for casual gamers, in such a slim chassis at just 16.9 millimeters. Some other things I want to talk about, which I think are very unique, is a chip-based fingerprint reader on the power button.
Sure.
So with just one touch from a complete shutdown, it will reboot the system, it will log you in, and take you where you left off in 7.8 seconds. It has a full-size chiclet keyboard that is spill-proof, an extra large keypad designed for gestures, good for graphic designers. But most important upgrade here is the second generation of Dolby Atmos sound system. It's a very narrow grille, you might even miss it.
Right.
It has 4 speakers designed to give you a very immersive experience.
Yeah. I remember last year sounded great.
Yeah,
and
it just got better.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every review I've seen has talked about how this could be some of the best speakers on any laptop they've heard. So again, that's really something I think in a device that's that small.
Right.
So what about productivity?
Sure. So from a user experience, there's a few things that we really care about that we've seen our users ask for. We've maintained the 3:2 ratio optimized for Office products like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, which, by the way, the Office 365 for 1 year is included on all X Pro devices for the US market. We're also going to throw in, it also includes a Mate Dock 2.0, which allows you to connect a VGA or a HDMI.
Sure.
So that you can be connected to anything you want when you're on the road.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I really love the 3:2 aspect ratio. Just like you said, good for creation.
Right.
Also nice for just kind of fitting a little more of a web page on.
Yeah.
So that's excellent. Well, I think that's a great tour of the X Pro. Is there anything we missed here?
I think 2 points. One is, when you're carrying something so sleek and so beautiful and light, you don't want to carry a big adapter to power it, right? So we've designed a smart charger. That's it. That's the charger for your laptop. It is a smart charger, and I call it a smart charger because it recognizes what it's connected to and automatically adjusts the voltage. So with the Type-C, you can connect it to your phone, your tablet, or your PC, and it can power all 3 of them with just just one charger. So that's that's a big value prop for us, I think. Lastly, when we're betting heavily on the i7 config, the i7 16 gig 512 with the NVIDIA MX150. That we think is going to be the most desired configuration, mainly because of how disruptive our pricing is going to be. When you compare us to the market, the market's somewhere around over $2,000. We are going to launch this product the end of May in Microsoft stores and other retailers at $14.99. Extremely disruptive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty impressive for all that you're packing into that.
Exactly. For $14.99, you're going to get an i7, you're going to get 16 gigs, Office 365 for 1 year, and the dock, all included in the box.
Excellent. All right. So, I think you mentioned Microsoft Store, and what's the time frame again? That
end of May time frame for dads and grads, just in time for back to school as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, well, Ankit, thank you so much for stopping by.
My pleasure.
It's a beautiful device. And once again, I'm John Williams from Microsoft. This is Ankit from Huawei. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.